So this is going to be a get ready with me. We're going to be talking about just generally starting over in your 30s. If you're at the stage where you're reinventing yourself or starting over, or you're just at the stage where you feel like there's this new you that's calling, like you can feel that a lot of things have changed, then this is probably the video for you. I'm going to share with you guys a few tips that has helped me reshape myself, reshape my mindset, just basically realign myself with the woman that I want to become, okay? So I want to start off by saying that you can reinvent yourself at any point in your life. At whatever time in your life, whatever stage you're at, whenever you want to, you can reinvent yourself. You can start over again. There is absolutely no rule that says that you are not allowed to start over again. There's absolutely no rule that says that whatever life you've been living is the same life that you have to keep living if it's not working for you. So I need to say that at any point in your life, you can decide that you want to reinvent yourself. You can decide that you want to start over. You can decide that you want to create a different you. And that's okay, okay? Like, you don't need to feel a certain type of way about it. That's what I'm trying to say. You can always reinvent yourself. I just want to say that each and every one of us have like a vision of the woman that we want to become. And not just the woman, I'm saying woman because I am a woman, but each and every one of us, we have a vision of this person that we want to become. What people would say your future self, we all have a vision of who that person is, what the person is doing. You know, like we all know reinventing yourself is to become this future person that aligns with your future self, the future goals. I mean, just a general lifestyle that you want to see for yourself. That is the vision. That's what I'm talking about, okay? So I'm saying that to say that the vision that you have for yourself or for your future self, that is going to direct how you reinvent yourself. That is going to determine the things that you do to reach that self, okay? So the very first thing that I'm going to say is you want to start off by accepting yourself, okay? Self-acceptance is such a big thing when it comes to any self-development journey that you're going to go on, okay? You need to be able to accept who you are, the things that you like, the things that you don't like. You need to be able to accept the fact that you have actually changed. If that's growth, if that's just generally changing, you need to be able to accept the fact that you have gone through certain processes, you have become this new person, and you need to be able to accept that. You need to be able to accept where you're at right now to be able to move to the next stage. Now, when I say accept yourself or accept where you're at right now, that has nothing to do with being content with your current situation, because that can go both ways, okay? Being content with your situation can sometimes mean being reluctant and not doing anything to help you move forward. But when I say being content, it's just being happy with yourself as a person, loving yourself so much so that everybody around you has no option than to love you too, because, you know, they can see the radiation of joy and just the radiation of you that's going on. Like, everything is so authentically you. That's what I mean when I say accept yourself. You want to accept everything that comes up to make you a person, everything that makes you unique as a person, the way that you talk, the way that you approach situations, the way that you carry yourself. Who are you as a person? You have to start off by accepting that, and then you can go on to say, I feel like I need to tweak certain things. I feel like I need to change certain things to be able to align with this future self that I'm going to, or that I'm trying to get to. So start off by accepting yourself. Start off by accepting who you are, the things that you like. Just generally start off by being authentically you. And that definitely starts with self-acceptance, okay? Every product that I'm using here, I will link or list in the description box for you guys. So if you're interested, you can definitely check that. I needed to mention that because it's a get ready with me and I'm not showing you products. I'm not mentioning anything about makeup, but I am going to be listing as well as, you know, showing them on the screen for you guys to see what I'm using, just in case some of the girls are interested in the makeup and not the talking. I just needed to say that, okay? Now, the next thing I'm going to say is this is probably not a tip, but I'm going to be as blunt as I can. Stop complaining and start doing, okay? A lot of us haven't reached our best versions because we're just procrastinating, because we're just saying more than we're doing. One thing I was saying to myself yesterday and have been saying to myself a lot these days is you will always find time to do the things that you really need to do. And I'm going to break that down. I don't know who needs to hear that, but you will always find time to do the things that you really need to do. The things that you really, really need to do, trust me, always, as human beings, we find time to do them. The things that we are always trying to put off, we will find 1,001 excuses to not do it. This is not, it's all of us, okay? This is all of us. Like, I make excuses 1,000,001 times. Like, my best friend will literally tell you this. He's telling me, go out and take pictures. As a content creator, you need to go out and take pictures. You need to go out of the box and like do things outside. And I'm not really an outdoorsy person, but if I really, really wanted to do it, if I really, really want my content to grow, I need to be able to do it. I have to stop complaining. The things that we really need to do in life, we always find the time to do them. And the things that we really don't want to do, you will always find an excuse for. So deep that statement and stop complaining and start doing. If you really, really want to get to this new self, if you really, really want to be the best version of yourself, like you're saying, like you've been making so much noise about it, how about you start doing it? Like, how about you start actually putting in the steps to get there? If you truly, truly feel like it's something that you couldn't live without, you would find a way to do it. So stop complaining, my love, okay? And start doing. Start finding the smallest ways possible to help you get to the things that you need to get to. Trust me, the things that we keep putting away, the things that we keep making excuses for, if we actually dedicate time to them, sometimes these things will take like 15 minutes and then you're done. And you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes these things take so little time and you're gonna be done, but we have been procrastinating for the longest time and you're never doing it and it's just there. And you just keep complaining about how you don't have the thing, but you are not doing the thing. You know, like, I don't wanna keep going off and off. I mean, I don't wanna keep going on and sort of like lose my train of thought, but you get what I'm saying. We complain way more than we do things. So that is my tip number 2. Stop complaining. Stop talking about all the things that you could have been doing and find the smallest ways that you can possibly to help you start doing. Okay? We love this eyeshadow. I was going for something festive, which is obviously something glittery, okay? But also not too much. I didn't want it to be like in your face, you know, like I'm keeping it cutesy for Christmas type of vibe. Yeah. So the next thing that I'm gonna say is you have to embrace some self-reflection time, okay? You have to reflect on yourself as a whole, your life as a whole, the things that you're doing that are not working that you want to change. It goes back to some of the points or some of the things that I've said in the beginning. You have to allow yourself to get to know yourself, to even know the things that you've tried that didn't work, the things that you want to change. If you don't know yourself as much, if you haven't accepted yourself as much, then there's not really anything to reflect on because you don't really know yourself. But if you've done that self-acceptance, you know yourself, then you're able to reflect on your life, the life that you have lived thus far, and go in and say that this is the things that I did that didn't really work for me, and these are the things that I feel like I need to change moving forward. These are the things that I really want to leave behind, my old self. I think that's one thing that a lot of us are also really struggling with, just allowing that old self to go away. The self that a lot of people know, okay? It's like, this is who I am. And then you have people who still remind you of this old self. You have, and sometimes it's not even intentionally, okay? Sometimes it's just, these friends, they know you, they've had fun with you, they've done things with you in the past, and they probably haven't exactly left that stage. And so when you leave that stage, it makes it impossible for them to, you know, like put 2 and 2 together. It's like, well, I don't know you doing things like that. I know you doing the things that we used to do. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people who know you, people who have been knowing you, they like to hold you at a place that makes them comfortable. When you're in the process of reinventing yourself, sometimes that can come off as, you're doing too much, or what are you doing? I don't know this person. But you need to be, and again, sometimes it doesn't even come from a bad place, okay? These people, it's just what they know. It's just what they're used to. And the more you're comfortable with this new self that you're stepping into, the more people are comfortable with it. The more you're able to fully show up in this self, okay? The more you're able to fully show up in this self and be true to the self, the more people are also able to sort of gravitate towards it and accept it and, you know, vibe with it. if it makes sense, okay? So you need to do that self-reflection. You need to be able to reflect on yourself, decisions that you've made that didn't work for you, and how you want to be able to move forward. Write down, just map out this vision. If you don't already have the vision, you want to map out this vision of the new self that you want to step into. Map out who you want to be in the next few years, who you want people to see you as. Map that out, okay? Now, the next thing I'm going to say is you want to invest in yourself, okay? Invest in some self-growth materials, anything that is true to self. Let me say that, okay? And, that could be reading if you're the type that likes good. I mean, you actually should read. I'm sorry, but you should read, okay? You should read every single time, whether you're on this journey or not. Reading is something that I 100% promote. I feel like it helps your brain in general. It opens up your vocabulary if you're trying to grow in terms of speaking. If you're interested in speaking in general, public speaking or anything like that, you obviously want to read a lot because it helps in general. But you want to invest in anything that's going to help you grow, anything that's going to help you do a lot more mind activities, anything that's going to help you spend time with yourself, self-care time. I 100% encourage that. Growing in general doesn't only mean investing in things that are like educating or educative, but you also need to be able to have some self-care time, okay? I don't want to have to define self-care for you because I believe that you can make self-care whatever you want to make it. Like, you can make it anything that you want to make it, and that's what I believe. So whatever you want to make self-care, you make it self-care for yourself, okay, girl? If you like to network with people, build some connections for yourself, just put yourself out there, okay? This is low-key me also telling myself that, because, girl, I'm stuck in the house every single time, okay? But it's not about me, it's about you. So if you're the type that likes to go out, you obviously want to try to find ways to put yourself out there and go out and network and build some connections for yourself. So the next thing I'm going to say is you want to surround yourself with people who are positive, like-minded people. I'm not saying that go and cut off all your friends. Like, it can very much sound like that, okay? Nobody's saying to go around cutting people off left, right, center. But you also obviously want to make sure that the people that you have in your life during this current times that you're going through, you are surrounded by people who are positive, not people who are going to like pull you back to the place that you used to be, because obviously that's where you're leaving. You're trying to graduate, and then go on to the next level of your life or your best self. And you need people who are on the same wavelength, people who understand what you're doing. It's like people who can read the room. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't have to tell you before girl, we're trying to grow. Like, we're out here trying to be better versions of ourselves. Like, do I need to tell you that? Like, if you're not on that same journey, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like, to stay on point, okay, you want to surround yourself with people who are like-minded, people who are going to inspire you to keep getting to this level that you're trying to get to. If you have friends that, are sort of not getting with the program, you can try to bring them along with you, but you're not a fixer-upper, okay? You're not, I'm just saying. And it might be hard because you might lose some really good people in your life. You might lose some people that you've had for a very long time. People who you thought you might not even be able to live without, you might actually have to start living without. And talking about living without them, one tip that I can give on that is you can take it into prayer, because it's helped me before. I said to God, I'm growing. God, I know that trying to get to a different level in my life and whatnot. And also I'm at a stage in my life, or I was at a stage in my life at the time when I did the prayer. I was at a stage in my life where I was looking for like-minded people and just people who could help me elevate. I said it in a prayer that anybody that is not meant for me, I need you to take them out of my life. And no matter how hard it might be for me, I still need you to do it. And that was the exact thing that I said in that prayer. And I remember because someone had told me that. Someone had told me that that prayer actually works. And sometimes it might be painful because you might end up losing people that you never thought that you would lose. But sometimes you need to repel a few things to be able to go to the next level. And when I say repel, you need to be able to drop some things off. It could be character, it could be people. You need to be able to let some things go to be able to get to this next stage that you're going to. And it might be tough. It might be even tougher on you. But tell me one person who has grown that hasn't lost some really good people in their lives, you know? Happens every single time. So I don't know, if you're fortunate enough to keep everybody, if you're fortunate enough to grow with your whole friend group or your whole family group or your whole close-knit group, hooray. Like, that's exactly what I pray for everybody. But that might not be your case, and that's 100% okay. Like, that's 100% okay. My last but not the least thing that I'm gonna say is, while you're on this journey of trying to elevate yourself and reinvent yourself or start over, I have different names for it because no matter what you're trying to do, you could do it any time of your life. Okay, that's besides the point. I play too much sometimes, forgive me. But whilst you're at this stage, you want to give yourself a ton of grace. A grace that you so easily give to the entire world. When your friends call you, you're always so ready, a shoulder to cry on. The big sister, the one that's always advising people. Please give that grace to yourself, my love. You need all of that grace. You need to love on yourself, okay? Radically. You need to be there for you. You need to be able to trust that if you don't have anybody in the world, you have yourself. And that would be living up to the promises that you make to yourself, okay? But what I'm trying to say is give yourself grace, love yourself, be compassionate with yourself. You know, anything that you would originally do for a friend who is like in need or who is on a journey that just needs a lot of like love and a lot of positivity, give that to yourself, okay? Give that to yourself. Be that person for yourself. So this is the finished look. This is the look that I came up with. Very festive. I didn't put on any lashes, but I made sure to double up on that mascara just so that, you know, my lashes are popping because I love my natural lashes. Let me just say that. But I just wanted to say that I'm excited that you're on this reinvention journey. I love that for you, girl. I feel like your life is going to be so beautiful in the next few months if you do really put your mind to it. But I hope that these steps or these tips will help you because these are tips that I have used for myself. Also, I need you guys to comment below and let me know, do you like this style of video? Do you like the style of Get Ready With Me? Does it feel like, you know, chit-chatty, FaceTimey? I wanted it to be a lot more intimate, a lot more personal. Does it feel like that? Comment below, let me know, because I really need to know, okay? I really need to know if you guys are vibing with the video, if you're vibing with the whole energy and, you know, the style of the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done that. But yes, guys, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I love you, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye.